Okay, hello boys and girls. Welcome to this guide on my Pathfinder Scourge Arrow build. Thought I'd make this video because I can't really find any good Scourge Arrow builds online, and there are a lot of mechanics that are missed by this really fun and new ability. Been looking through guides, sifting through a lot of content lately, and no one is really doing what I'm doing, and this has been really good so far. I just killed Red Elder. I died twice because I'm still level 88, got some shit items, and I'm really not that good on the Elder fight. But I'm really impressed with the build so far, and I think it's a lot of fun. But as I said, I think there are some gaps in the community knowledge about how to properly play this build. So I'm gonna firstly talk about the build and the ability, do a quick tier 11 water race, and maybe do a quick delve. I haven't delved with this character since he's barely leveled, but I can do one delve just to show you how good it is. So to start off, for those of you who don't know, Scourge Arrow is a channeling bow build, which works like you channel it, you fire it, and these pods spawn. And these pods do amazing damage when they explode. So the way I wanted to utilize this is to go poison. And your number one damage effect, or what's gonna affect your damage the most when you use poison, is your ability to actually poison. So I went for a 100% chance to poison build with this setup, and the damage numbers are pretty good for, you know, the crap items that I have right now. I mean, there's a lot of leeway for this character to just explode. I'll show you some damage numbers in the path of building later. But firstly, I want to just talk about my gear and my links. So we use Scourge Arrow as our main DPS ability, coupled with Herald of Agony. I'm going to eventually 5 or 6 like this, but at the moment I just use it for added poisons to help with my, vile toxins. So the link that I'm using is Scourge Arrow, added chaos damage, damage on full life, vile toxins, deadly ailments, and void manipulation. Now the reason I'm using vile toxins and not anything else that's currently in the meta, I don't see this being used at all, is simply because Path of Building told me it did a fuck ton of damage, so I added it, and well, yeah, my DPS fucking exploded. But that's all due to the fact that I have 100% chance to poison, because you do so many hits with the Scourge Arrow. Look at all the arrows that explode here. Every pod does, 8 additional arrows. So you get some crazy amounts of hits, and which means crazy amounts of poison stacks. So you are going to consistently have a fuck ton of poison stacks on each enemy, on bosses, everything. So this bad boy of a gem here is crazy for this build. The rest of my gear is pretty simple. Starconius, drill neck. There really shouldn't be anything else that's better than this. Maybe an additional arrow, elder shaped, I can't remember which it is. A quiver, just some generic boots, I haven't gotten a Stygian Vice yet, just using it for max health. Just some crap grip gloves that I crafted. Still no attack speed on them. Excuse me. And I have this bow. I crafted this bow and I wanted to talk about that. This is this base is a bit too high. I think you only need 83 to proc the tier 1 chaos. I'm not completely sure about that. Let's check. Let's see. Chaos. Yeah, 83. So the trick here is just buy a Maricat bow. They are really cheap for this high item level. And you use this with you can couple this with the attack puzzle, and it's really easy to craft. So you get both physical increase, physical attack, and the chaos. Those are your triple trifecta that will boost your DPS the most. The reason I went Elder is obviously I wanted to spawn the additional arrow, and also the poison fossil. I don't have it here. I think the poison arrow has an insane. The poison fossil has an insane affix. Let's see if I can find it. It's not here. Chance. Yeah, okay, it's 100%. So here, you can spawn this with the corroded fossil. Percent chance, which is 40 or 60. I think it's 60. Yeah. Oh, it says here 60% chance for poisons inflicted with this weapon to deal 100% more damage, which is fucking nuts. If you get this coupled with, you know, decent fist damage, maybe added chaos, I mean, you're just gonna rule the world. So anyway, the rest of my items are some generic stuff, just filling up my resist, getting health, accuracy. If you can, you should always enchant added chaos damage and not physical, because you can enchant much higher chaos damage, and the physical damage scaling is only 60% ish, as it says on Scourge Arrow. So yeah, nothing special here. So let's move on to the talent tree, which is really important. Now I'm 88 and I have almost all of the berry essentials for this build. I know probably some of you saw the Scourge Arrow enchantment on my helm. I'm gonna talk about that really soon. So I'm a Pathfinder. Yeah, I'm not in battle building. Of course, went for the Master Toxicist, or chaos damage. The poison inflict during any flask effect have 40% chance to deal 100% more damage is insane. Nature Spoon, you should really get this. And then there's, you know, a slight debate between Master Alchemist and Nature's Adrenaline. For me, there was just no question, because the 20% increased attack speed during any flask effect is insane for Scourge Arrow, because it's a rather slow firing or channeling build, so you're gonna need all the attack speed you can. What you get from Master Alchemist doesn't really affect you. You can't freeze, you can't shock, you can't ignite. You don't do elemental damage, so all you're really getting here is immune to elemental ailments, which is fine, but the worst thing that can happen to you is probably get frozen, which is easily solved with a flask. So Nature Adrenaline is highly recommended. So as you can see, let's go through the rest of the town tree here. Pretty straightforward. Down to finesse. Get aspect of the eagle. These kind of things. Fill out the bow wheel. Of course you go for acrobatics and face acrobatics. You're gonna rely heavily on this plus the quartz flask for survivability. Fatal toxins. And you don't really need this. I took this to fill out my int. I mean, it helps with DPS and everything. Same with this. Also int. Crit damage, crit chance isn't really a factor. But it's good damage. I mean, it's 20% increased damage. Fill out some damage over time wheels, or bow, arch, whatever you want to call it. This is really important because this build loves mana. I mean, you're gonna use so much mana on your Herald of Agony when you 6-link it. So unless you have this or some mana leech on your rings or whatever, you're totally fucked. Alira doesn't help, and plus you need the talent points. This build loves talent points. So just get this even when you're leveling. It will help so much. Toxic Strike's really important. This is your second most important wheel after the heavy draw, and this Dirty Techniques increases your damage with poison. With bleeding isn't really that important. Poison duration is really good, and chaos damage with attack skills. This helps you so much, but it's not really important early. I wouldn't take it when I was leveling. I would rather get this. Save this for when I'm in the mapping stage. Art of the Gladiator, really important for the move speed and the accuracy. Get the jewels. Get this for, because we only have one life flask. Get some more life. Here you can choose. I went for this because I saw it as a suggestion and I thought it was nice to just help fill out some resists. I still don't think I need them. But I'm thinking of going a serious step on the boots, and then this will help a lot. I might even have to take this. You could go projectile damage. Wouldn't really help too much, but you have to get this jewel slot because you can get so much damage from jewels with increased damage over time, and health, of course. Get the silent life fuel. There's really no choice. You are so squishy without a massive life pool. You don't really need belly early on, but when you're doing tier 12 plus and Red Elder, you're gonna need to start approaching 6k, so you don't just get one shot. So there's nothing really magical about it here except this. I've never seen anyone take this, so I think that's, I mean, this is so massive for your DPS, it's insane, at least with this setup that I have. So let's talk about the chance to poison here. So Scourge Arrow has an 8% chance to poison per stage, which means you get 40% when you're at 5 stages. Now couple this with Herald of Agony, you get 60, so you need to fill out the other 40. So where do we do that? Let's see if I'll just do this just so I don't waste too much time. Yeah, right here. So you get 10% here, get 10, 20, 30, 40. So voila, you have 100% chance to poison. This is insane because you're gonna do so many hits with Scourge Arrow. Man, it's really hard thing to pronounce. So you're gonna be stacking poisons like crazy. So yeah, that's the talent tree. That's how you build it. Now there are 2 more enchants on the Scourge Arrow, of course. It is the most basic one with 40% more Scourge Arrow damage. Sure, it's fine. The next one is the one I'm gonna be getting in the future. Excuse me. It's the, what's it called? I have it here. Scourge Arrow has creates an additional spore pod at maximum stages. Now this is pretty good, but that means you lose 40% of your poison probability, so you need to fill out this with the remaining talent points that are left, which again would require more levels, so I have to do some more delving and shit, get some levels, and then I can transfer to the spore pod, because that would be ridiculous. Another pod, which would mean another 8 arrows. Pretty insane. So that's how you do that. So let's go into path building here. Let's see some actual numbers. Oh yeah, flask. I have to mention flask because that's important. Witch fire brew, really good, super awesome. With all the flask effect you get from being a Pathfinder, you get so much evasion, you get the smoke cloud, and get up to 30% increase. No, 40. Oh, my flask is shit. I gotta buy a new one. You get up to 40 increased damage over time during flask effect. And of course, this one lasts for 6 seconds, so you have this pretty much permanently. And the level 21 Despair Cursor Aura is insane. Despair makes your enemies take more damage over time, or chaos damage, whatever. It helps a lot. A serious promise, there's no question, get this. This is not mandatory. The Onslaught Flask is preference for me. You get boost speed, you get attack speed. You could use just a Quicksilver just to move fast, be a speed boy. This one, mandatory. I mean, you can't play without this. You gotta run through enemies like crazy. And dodge, of course. So I have these here. I'll talk about them in a minute. But first let's go into path building and see why I've chosen these links. Let's just check it. Everything's as it should be. Yes. Go into configuration. Just check here. Okay. So, Scourge Arrow release at 5 stages. Of course, really important since we're dependent on doing that, since we have the helmet shot. As you can see, it does roughly 130k per poison, and with all the other hits you do 177. Now this is with the main arrow, the big fat one, that one. Then you have the thorn arrows, which do the bulk of your damage. Per poison damage is decent. But you'll be stacking a lot of these on many targets, plus your main arrow is gonna take effect of the arrow deals 50% increased damage with hits and ailments the target appears. So you got about 177 plus 440, which is about, well, at least way over 600k DPS. And this is, I mean, for me this is impressive because I have total shit gear, you know, there's nothing amazing here. I still need the Impressonist Amulet with the chaos damage, but it's so freaking expensive right now. But as you can see, it gives you a free despair, Man in Presence, and up to 40% increased damage over time. Pretty fucking strong for this build. So, let's see, what else was there? No, I think I went over the most part. Oh yeah, of course. I have some other links to talk about. We're using Blight, Ball Blight. So important when you're clearing and when you're bossing. Can't really show it. I will show it when I do the map. But it releases a massive AoE, does damage, And as you can see, where's the buff? It hinders enemies, slows them down really much, and they take a lot more chaos damage. Yeah, at the very bottom, of course. Hindered enemies take 20% increased chaos damage, which is insane. Couple this with efficacy and increased duration. Right now I have Val Haste. You should use Grace or Clarity for that matter if you don't want to do the mana solving issue like I did. Not right now. Other links, I'm using Herald of Purity right now just because I don't have the 6 link here. Eventually I won't have the mana for this. This just adds, 10k DPS, maybe 20 tops, which this will add much more when I have 6 link, because the Herald of Agony crawler is nuts. Link arrow setup, faster projectiles, faster attacks. So I'm gonna talk about these gems now. When you're clearing, I sort of recommend greater multiple projectiles. You should switch that out with deadly ailments. Of course it makes things very... you do more damage on packs. You're hitting more enemies. And it also makes the pod placement much more bearable, because as you're channeling, where your cursor is when you release the button is where the pods are gonna spawn. So let's say a bunch of enemies are coming in here, but a bunch of dangerous mobs actually had the time to approach you. You can just release here and the pods will spawn here and nuke everything here, or you can do it the opposite way, blow everything up in the door. This is also a really important mechanic when it comes to walls, because if you hold your mouse cursor behind the wall, you won't get any pods. So in general though, unless it's a tight map, you're just gonna be holding your cursor really far away, just blowing up shit, just walking through, watching everything dying. It's like a fucking tactical nuke. You'll see that later. Then you have Mirage Archer, which is it's fairly decent, but it really won't work unless you're doing greater multiple projectiles. So, and it's really slow, and I can't really say it's consistent enough for me. I've seen plenty of builds with it. It's decent for bossing, decent for map clear, but I like to be in control of the damage I can do. I mean, deadly ailments, wild toxins, and void manipulation add so much flat damage that it becomes irrelevant. And faster projectiles, coupled with greater multiple projectiles for the attack speed, also a viable option. If you're doing like tier 10 maps and you have good gear, you should probably do this. Just switch out void manipulation and deadly elements. Because you get more attack speed and some extra projectile damage. You could use faster attacks, but that's just overkill on the attack speed, and you lose the increased projectile damage from faster projectiles. So that's not really... no, let's just leave that there. Let's see, have I covered everything I want to talk about right now? I think I have. Gear. Oh yeah, the jewel. Sorry, this is a bit messy. I haven't made videos in years. This is really important for your blight. They take an additional 25 increased chaos damage. Or is it additional? It's probably because of that. No, it's an additional, as you can see. They are slowed even more, and you get 12% increased chaos damage. This is like god of all jewels for this build, and it's 1 alchemy, 2 alchemy. You can have 2 of this, but that's, you're not going to be spamming Vault Blight too much. Only when opening strong boxes, fighting bosses, stuff like that, when you get overwhelmed. Generally, you're not going to be that close to the enemy. Another tip that you can try for yourself is actually point blank, because of the Witchfire Brew. The aura is really not that big, so when you're fighting a boss, you end up just spamming him really close. Also, the spore pods. I don't know how that mechanic works, but I'm assuming that this will count as the start area, and that will make them do 50% more damage, which is pretty insane. Path of Building really likes it. Let's see. Yeah, as you can see, it's a 50k DPS increase. So I'm gonna be trying that out when I get some more talents to play around with. But for now, I think that was everything I wanted to cover regarding the talent tree. I will put up the Path of Building. I will add the rest of the sockets in the description below. As you can see here, poison, chance to poison is 100%, which is what you want. Remove that down to 90. The 90%, the damage wouldn't fall off too much, but it's just, there's no discussion, you want 100%. So let's try and do some maps. I'm just gonna keep Herald of Agony on just to show you what it's like to play with it. Nothing big really. The minions just follow you around, and then I can do a short delve afterwards. By the way, map mods, there are none that are scary except for the chance to avoid poison, which can go all the way up to 60. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But Reflect, Leech is also a problem. For me, you could go mana regen or something like that, but yeah, generally this can do all maps. So as you can see, we're just charging up 5 stacks. We just blow shit up, and you just walk through and everything fucking melts. So I started out this character to do Toxic Rain with Coiled Rain. I found that to be a bit boring. Just picked this up just for the hell of it. I actually had it in my offhand leveling, and I put it in and I liked it. It was much easier to scale appropriately when I put some time into Path of Building. And for me, this is much more fun. It's like a tactical nuke, as I said earlier. Let's try and see if we get some strong boxes. That would be fun. Pop some Ball Blight. Oops. I should have done a more open map than this, because that's where the real fun begins. But I didn't have too many red maps. I've just been XPing on this character. I did the Herald Elder 20 minutes ago. Really surprised how much DPS I was able to dish out. I was aiming for Yellow Elder, but he spawned on the one red map he could, which was this map. So I had to do Red Elder, and he died. So I'm happy. You could boost the clear speed by using Quicksilver Flask, but yeah, Onslaught for the win. I don't really need it to be super speedy, and you are squishy even though you have almost 6k health, because you are a Pathfinder. You don't really have too much evasion, because this doesn't have too much evasion. So if you take some hits, you drop a lot of health. So I don't want to go too fast. Yeah, sorry for looting, guys. It's just a habit. First time I have ever made a Pathfinder video, so I know you want to see the speedy stuff, but coming up to the boss now. Pop some Ball Blight. Of course it's this boss, not the Birdie Bird. Now he's in here. Okay, so he's dead. Well, map cleared. Let's do a quick delve to show you. Again, haven't delved deep on this guy. I'm at 116. So let's just do this one. It's fairly long. I don't know if I mentioned lightning golem. Unless you find some other sort of massive attack speed, use lightning golem. But if you get a lot of attack speed, use the flame golem. Sorry if it's a bit messy this video, but just wanted to show this off because I think it's fairly unique in the meta right now. Haven't seen anyone doing it quite this way. So as you can see, just everything just blows the fuck up. And again, I have so much damage potential left in my gear. My bow is fairly decent. Regarding bows, if you don't want to craft, just get a line eyes clear. That'll do you fine for a long time. Not that much difference from mine and a line eyes clear. Just this is slightly better. And it's cheap. So if you want to make a character like this, level up a Pathfinder, get the most basic gears. If you're running a 5-link, remove the ligaments. Other than that, just run this, or use a when you're leveling, you should use Toxic Rain. To be honest, Toxic Rain and Mirage Archer, just buy yourself a Quill Rain. Where is it? If you don't know, buy this. Use Toxic Rain and Mirage Archer. Get 4 Quicksilver Flask and just run. It was the dumbest, fastest leveling experience of my life. I haven't played a bow character in almost, well over a year, so I was kind of shocked when I tried out this Mirage Archer. It's new for me. Again, maybe some of you guys will find a better solution to all of this than me, but for the time being, I think this is really strong. This is definitely my most fun bow character I've ever played, and it's the strongest character I've made in Delve. If you just remove like the Witchfire Brew, or just remove this and use the Quicksilver, you can phase through all the little tiny nooks and crannies you need to loot. So it's really fun for that. I don't really see any large negatives on this build right now, except for maybe the life pool and the chance of getting one shot. Wouldn't recommend this for hardcore. That would require other solutions, at least a different chest, I think. I don't know. I've never played hardcore in Path of Exile. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, or comments, criticism, anything, just leave it in the comment section below, or on the forum post, and I will reply back to you. So thanks for watching, guys.